Welcome back to Butterfly Effect Tarot. My name is Lorraine, and today's topic is regarding what does your spirit guides want you to focus on at this time? There are going to be three groups, and the timestamps for each group can be found in the description box in the comment section below. If the readings and messages resonate, please feel free to like and subscribe, and you can let me know in the comment section if you choose. For all of my subscribers and returning viewers, as always, thank you. I appreciate you. For newer viewers, welcome. And if interested after this video, you may return to the channel. There are other topics, videos, and readings there as well. But other than that, let's go ahead and get into each one of your messages. Hi, Group 1. So, quick apology. I actually opened your reading by referring to you as Group 2, which I actually didn't notice when I did your reading. So I do want to apologize. This is still Group 1. You may hear me say Group 2. Everything happens for a reason. So maybe some of you were, maybe stuck between choosing Group 1 and Group 2, and maybe there's messages in both. That could be why that happened. But I did want to let you know this is the right group. You did not make any mistakes. Again, please forgive me. But definitely, I hope the messages still resonate, and I do hope that you're able to let me know in the comments if you decide. But other than that, let's go ahead and get into your reading. Welcome to your reading group 2 regarding what does your guides want you to focus on right now. So I've already pre-shuffled. I do prefer to pull 5 cards, but 6 cards came out for your group. So we'll look into the cards that came through, and then we'll get into the reading. So the first card out is the Strength card, followed by the Ace of Pentacles. And then we have the Three of Wands, followed by the Wheel of Fortune. And then we have the King of Wands, followed by the Magician. Bottom of the deck energy is the Moon. There are also 3 clarifiers from a separate tarot deck, and those cards are as followed: the Queen of Cups, followed by the Fool card, and then the Sun card. Bottom of the deck for the clarifiers is Temperance. So really quickly, it does not matter if you're male or female, masculine or feminine energy. The messages should apply no matter what. So you're reading, there's a lot coming through, so bear with me. So first and foremost, let me just make this clear. I do feel like for this group, you are somebody who is fated, destined, is the better word here, to have unexpected blessings. There's some sort of opportunity or unexpected transformation, change, or person that is meant to come into your life. You are meant to be somebody who is very much an authority, a leader, somebody who is creative, an entrepreneur, definitely somebody that is very attractive, embracing this level of allure and magnetism and sex appeal that you may innately have on a core level, even if you're not conscious of it. But definitely somebody that's bold and fearless. And your guides want you to focus right now on healing and really kind of unblocking your intuition. For some of you, this could apply in different ways. So, for example, based on some of the cards that came out, because the Seven of Swords made itself known in both shuffling process. So, this makes me feel like for some of you, this moon energy is people that you've dealt with. These are like tricksters, liars, hidden enemies, and such from the past, because the moon can represent that. And that may have put you in an energy of kind of being closed off and detached, or closing yourself off to block out the bad things or the bad energies from coming in. And as a result, it's also blocked out your blessings. For others of you, this could be a fear of being seen. And I say that because with the moon card, it's hidden, it's illusions. It's an energy of uncertainty, a lack of clarity, and there's a lot of fear, sorrow, and doubts. Whereas you also have the sun out here, and the sun is the opposite. That's confident, that's clarity, that's success, it's prosperity. The sun is the brightest light in the world that's being seen. You know, the sun card is tied to Leo, and Leo, it represents fame. So this is somebody that stands in their power. They shine bright. They have a position of power and authority. You are somebody that your spirit guides want you to focus on harnessing that power, harnessing that inner strength, because you also have the strength card coming out as the first card out here. And with the moon card at the bottom in the original tarot pool, this lets me know that you are meant to draw strength and inner power and kind of influence, if you will, from what you've been through, almost as if using the fuel, almost as if using the pain and things you've experienced, your fears, your doubts, and unfortunate experiences as a fuel that propels you into your destiny. But I do see here with the Ace of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune that for this group, for a lot of you, there is some sort of opportunity for wealth, abundance, career, that is meant to come in for you, but you need to be prepared. The Three of Wands is an energy of preparation. The Strength card is as well, because this is an energy of having inner and external strength and being able to have control over your emotions and having found that kind of center where you're able to operate in your power and authority and in your strength, but also in a very more patient, humble way. There's a lot of energy out here of balancing out the masculine and feminine energy, because we have the King of Wands and we also have the Queen of Cups. We also have Temperance at the bottom of the deck in the clarifiers, and then we have the Moon and the Sun, also feminine and masculine energy. So your guides want you to focus on kind of harnessing more and stepping more into your power, kind of getting over this fear of being seen, getting over this fear. Some of you could have a fear of the power that you possess. Some of you, I wouldn't be surprised if you have a fear of success. And that may sound crazy, but technically it's not really the success itself that's the fear. It's usually one of two things: either what may come with the success, it could be envy, jealousy, or even, again, being seen, or it could be a fear of success that leads to failure. Because with the Moon card, sometimes this is people that operate with negative thoughts, maybe waiting for the other shoe to drop. You know, when things start to change and transform in your life, there could be a fear that things are starting to feel too good to be true, and you're waiting for something to go wrong. And it almost can become a self-fulfilling prophecy in which you could essentially um, almost self-sabotage, even unknowingly, these blessings that are meant to come in for you. So your guides want you to focus very much on working on your mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical health, because what's coming in for you, you have to be ready for it. Because with all this Wands energy and this fiery energy out here, and then also the Fool card and the Wheel of Fortune is sudden, this means that when this comes in, it could be something that obviously catches you off guard. And if you're not prepared, you may not be able to capitalize on this, because there may be something that you have to move quick on. Because even though the Ace of Pentacles, Pentacles is slower moving, but what's following the Ace of Pentacles is the Three of Wands, which is advancement, fast advancement and growth and progress. And then the Wheel of Fortune, sudden shifts, sudden happenings, sudden events. And then you have the King of Wands, somebody that moves impulsively, quickly, swiftly, without thought, without fear, without doubts. And then you have following that the Magician, somebody who takes quick and confident, inspired action, also an energy kind of fiery and assertive. So I definitely feel like there is a quick or fast change that's coming in for you. And I feel like it's coming in quicker than you realize. This feels like something that's right around the corner. There's a balancing that's coming into your life. And they want you to be able to be in this confidence, this authoritative energy, this embracing your power, embracing your appeal, your allure, your creative power, your creative talents, embracing and standing in this energy of authority and confidence. So when this comes in, you can not only enjoy it, but you can sustain it. I do feel for this group, some of you may be healers, whatever this creative energy is that you are operating in or that you are talented in, that you're coming into. I do feel like it is tied to your healing energy or your intuition, because the moon does happen to associate with our intuition, but oftentimes it can link to a blocked intuition. And then we have the Queen of Cups. This is somebody with a very heightened intuition, very clear, concise, spiritual, somebody that is healed, somebody that is open and receptive to give and receive. In other words, operating in a King of Wands energy where you're taking the inspired action, bold action towards your dreams and goals, towards living and enjoying life, towards living in your authentic truth, but also resting in this divine feminine energy where you're open and receptive to the results and blessings and manifestations that come from the actions you have put out. So yeah, there's definitely a need to kind of clear out your energy field, I feel. I do feel like there is some healing that is, I feel for this group though, either for some of you, you've already overcome this moon energy, this fear, the doubt, the sorrows, maybe the sadness, the energy of fear and doubts. I feel like for some of you, you have, because of so much wands energy. But for others of you, I feel like you're a lot closer to moving into this strength, this inner strength energy than you realize. I feel like you're at a closer state of closing out this healing chapter, because the moon card is really the only heavy energy out here. Everything else is positive. It's like as soon as the strength card comes out in the beginning, everything in the reading starts to unfold, and it starts to unfold fast, sudden, quick. It's like maybe there's an opportunity that comes in that puts you in a King of Wands position. It does not matter if you're male or female, it's just the energy. It puts you in an energy of having this leadership role, this authority. It could be something that you have, you're creative in, and you have like creative power, or you're able to have a position where this creative energy or this talent or gift or skill you have, you're able to implement it and have power and control in this. For others of you, this could be a business and opportunity or a creative passion project that you want to put out there. And maybe this is suggesting that you need to step into your power and take action. Because with the Ace of Pentacles, this can also be you working up the courage to create your own opportunities. Because for some of you, you may want to start a business. And with the Strength card, this is about building internal courage and inner strength and power to take action, building this bravado, this boldness, this confidence and courage to know that you can pursue and fulfill whatever you desire. And then the Ace of Pentacles come in. So for some of you, that's an opportunity that will come in once you step into the strength energy. And this opportunity is something you may have to act swiftly on. For some of you, you may even have to move or relocate or travel for this. For others of you, this is you creating your own opportunity, starting a business. And with the Three of Wands, it may take off a lot quicker than you think. With this Three of Wands energy being quick advancement, growth, and expansion. And then with the Wheel of Fortune, it's like a sudden shift, or it brings in some sort of a sudden opportunity. Now, for others of you, I am going to say this. For some of you, this may suggest that whatever you do for a career or for your passion projects, it may lead you to a romantic partner, right? Because for some of you who are not operating in this King of Wands energy, or who are not going to step into this could mean that there is an unexpected and fated meeting with a King of Wands. Or for those that are masculine, it is a fated or unexpected meeting with this Queen of Cups. Because mind you, the Fool card follows the Queen of Cups, and that's a sudden situation that you take a leap of faith on. And then the Wheel of Fortune goes into the King of Wands, and that's a sudden situation that comes about. And then you have the Sun card: happiness, joy, prosperity, abundance, clarity, confidence, shining bright and standing in your power, temperance, harmony, balance. This is having spiritual and material abundance. This is healing energy. So some of you are meant to be healers, but I feel like before you can step into the energy of healing others, you have to first get through your own healing. Some of you are meant to have this energy of power, authority, and influence over other people. But first you have to master the and harness your own power and authority and influence over yourself. There's a need here where I feel for some of you, your energy is to, or your destiny is to perhaps encourage and inspire other people, to help heal other people. And it could be different for each of you, because this could be a motivational speaker, this could be a writer, this could be a therapist, somebody in the occult. It could be a number of things. But I do feel for this group, you are meant to be a leader. You are meant to be somebody that has mastered the masculine and feminine energy. And I do feel again for some of you that as you move into this, you may suddenly find yourself with a new romantic partner that, comes in out of nowhere. And this is somebody that will be a balancing for you, because the King of Wands and the Queen of Cups are polar opposites. That's a very masculine energy with the King of Wands, and that's an extremely feminine energy with the Queen of Cups. But with the Temperance at the bottom, it balances each other out. And there's joy, there's happiness here. With this Fool card, you're meant to have a new beginning. That's the beginning of a new journey. This is an energy of being optimistic and enjoying life, being able to adventure. You have the energy of the Three of Wands, also a card of adventuring, beginning a journey. The Wheel of Fortune, a sudden shift, event, windfall of money, something comes in that allows you to step out into your purpose. The Temperance card is also about finding your purpose and coming into harmony and balance to now step foot into it and walk in what you're meant to do. So for you, this is a very blessed group. You have a lot of blessings. You are meant to be joyous. The Sun is the happiest card in the deck. But for those of you that are still in this moon energy, you have to get through that darkness so that you can step into your light, because you are meant to shine. You are meant to be happy. You are meant to be confident. There's a lot of energy out here about confidence, about power, about authority, but again, also about healing and nurturing and loving, and having this innate ability to have power over yourself and also influence and help other people in some way. So I don't know what this creative energy is for all of you. I do feel for a large number of you, this is something that heals others. Whatever it is, it could be even music, right? With this King of Wands magician, it could even be music. But you heal through this music. It could be writing, but you heal through this writing. It could be, this energy of being, even for example, somebody that's in law enforcement, right, with the wands energy, being assertive, but that's still healing, it's protecting, it's providing comfort. So I feel for this group, you have to get through this moon energy. For those that haven't, your guides want you to work on overcoming fear, overcoming doubts, healing from the past, hidden enemies, betrayal, deception, heartache, disappointments, fear of failure, fear of success, always thinking negative thoughts, always being pessimistic, always feeling like things have gone too good to be true when they do start going well, and you almost self sabotage and make them bad because you are trying to beat, I guess, fate to the point, beat fate to the punch of making things fall apart. You're meant to have everlasting joy, okay? Everybody has, our ups and downs, but you are meant to be abundant. You're meant to be abundant financially, within your career, within your confidence, within your energy, within your influence, within your power, within every area of your life. You're somebody who, as you evolve, I do feel like you will continue to become more and more attractive with this King of Wands energy and the Sun. I do feel like you will be somebody who will have a glow. The more that you evolve and transform, you will shine brighter. You will continue to get more of this kind of strong sex appeal, this allure, this magnetism, this energy of power. The way that you walk may change, the way that you dress may change, the way that you express yourself may change. There's a beautiful energy here for a lot of you where you're able to tap into this masculine assertive energy of bold and courageous fearless action and manifesting. This is an energy of you stepping into being a master manifester with that King of Wands and that magician. This is certainly an energy of you taking inspired action and not being afraid of obstacles, not being afraid of failing, not being afraid of things going wrong, not being afraid of making the wrong decision. Because I do feel like you are divinely guided. This group, you are heavily spiritually protected. With that temperance card out here, Wheel of Fortune, you're meant to step into your destiny, but I feel you are closer to this than you think. I feel like you just got a little ways to go. I feel some of you have already gotten through this, and I feel like your Wheel of Fortune moment is right around the corner. But for others of you, I think you are closer to closing this chapter of healing than you think. I think you're right at the precipice. And it's interesting. I will say this just in case this helps anyone out, because I know firsthand. Sometimes when you get into that very kind of closure point of healing, things can get even more intense. It's that final push, if you will, that can sometimes feel like the hardest. And it's the one that makes you want to quit the fastest. But sometimes it's just pushing and not giving up for a little bit longer. And sometimes that little bit longer is a lot quicker than you think it will be. It's just that the journey has been so difficult and so hard that you get to a point where you feel like it's not worth it or you have nothing left to give. And I'm here to tell you that based on these cards, your guides are sending the message that there is immense joy and abundance, blessing, success, prosperity, attractiveness, sex appeal, power, authority. For some of you, being seen, being acknowledged, having a strong support system, being admired, being recognized, being the leader in whatever field and career and endeavor that you do, being a trendsetter, an innovator. You have destiny and fate on your side. You have temperance. You have spiritual healing guidance on your side. Just keep pushing. Keep pushing. There's a need to feel your feelings with this moon card. You're needing to feel it to heal it. But it's just, again, they're asking you to turn this pain into power. In other words, do not allow the things that you have been through and the people who have hurt you to have victory over you and your life and your destiny. What they're saying is, with this strength card, you have the inner strength, the power, and the courage to overcome this. And they have blessings waiting right around the corner for you. And I love that for you. But yeah, you have a new journey. And it's, again, the moon card is the only heavy energy out here. Every other card out here is about success, optimism, joy, faith, new beginnings, happiness, abundance, blessings, attractiveness, power, success, control, in a good way. And the Ace of Pentacles, this is going to shift your finances. This is going to shift your career. This is going to put you in alignment and in balance with your destiny. There are unexpected blessings and things that are meant to come in for you. And it's waiting for you to be ready for it. Because based on these cards, your breakthroughs, your positive and abundant breakthrough is ready for you. It's ready and waiting for you. And your guides want you to prepare and get ready for it so that you can come into alignment. And I'm going to leave that there. And of course, if it resonated on any level, please feel free to like and subscribe and let me know in the comments if you choose. And if interested, you may return to the channel. There are other topics, videos, and readings there as well. But other than that, thank you. Welcome to your reading group 2 regarding what does your spirit guides want you to focus on at this time. So I've already pre-shuffled and pulled 5 cards. We'll go ahead and look into the cards that came through, and then we'll get into the reading. So the first card out is the Ace of Swords, followed by the Queen of Swords. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles, followed by the Page of Cups. And then we have the Ace of Wands. Bottom of the deck energy is the Four of Cups. So really quickly, it doesn't matter if you're male or female, masculine or feminine energy, the messages should apply no matter what. So for this group, there's quite a few different messages. There's messages here about career, finance, perhaps your purpose, but there's a stronger energy coming through about your heart space, okay? Based on what I'm seeing here, we have 5 clarifiers from another tarot deck, and I will highlight those in a moment. But first and foremost, I do feel like your spirit guides are wanting you to focus more on trying to enjoy life, trying to find things that are fun and exciting, things that are emotionally fulfilling, kind of being more in a very playful, lighthearted energy, becoming more of a dreamer, more optimistic, I feel like that is something that they're asking you to do so that you can kind of open up more into this Page of Cups energy, believing more in the possibilities of love, believing more in the possibilities of authentic emotional connections, whether that be romance or friendships, or even just, any connection where you will be willing to give and receive on an emotional level. I feel like with you coming out with this Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords, and Four of Cups, you're not into it, right? This is a very cold energy, very detached. This in the Four of Cups, there's a cup of love being offered or emotional, fulfilling offer being offered to this person, and they're rejecting it. They're not interested. And that's because in the card, they're focused on the cups that left them hurt, that betrayed them, that broke their hearts. And out here, we have you really being focused on the Eight of Pentacles, focused on your own life, personal self-growth, building a business, or really focused on, climbing the ladders of success, focused on your own creative endeavors. For some of you, you may be healers, or you may be in a profession where you are a healer or some sort of a defender, protector, or teacher. But there's definitely this energy where you are operating from head over heart, and your spirit guides are wanting you to get more into this heart space, more in this energy of kind of lover girl, lover boy dynamic. But I feel like they are aware that that'll take time. Because with the Eight of Pentacles, this is an energy of something that takes time to build, something that takes a lot of patience and a lot of dedication, brick by brick, to build to. And then the Page of Cups comes out after. This is the dreamer, somebody that is, warm and loving and open and receptive to love, messages of love, somebody that they are believing in true love. And with the Ace of Wands coming out, a passionate love, the possibilities of something that is very, kind of intense, and something that it can be that, but also still have that romantic dynamic. So I feel like they're aware that this is something that may take some time to build too. I do feel like, believe it or not, for a lot of you, with that Eight of Pentacles being pretty close to the Nine and Ten of Pentacles, that some of you are actually closer to tapping more into this Page of Cups energy than you think. I feel for some of you, you may not be aware of this, but your heart space is actually getting to a point where it's going to, you may become more aware or more conscious of yourself daydreaming about romance, right? Daydreaming about the potential of a great relationship. Now, mind you, that doesn't mean that if somebody comes in and offers love at this very moment, you'll take it. But the idea of it is maybe something that you're focused on. And I feel like subconsciously that daydreaming is like a form of manifestation. So unconsciously, to those of you who have been doing this, you've actually been actively healing your heart space, or maybe opening your heart space up little by little to the possibilities of a romantic connection. Because in the clarifiers, there is a romantic connection that is meant to come in, a very deep, tense, and impassioned and passionate, transformative one. Because for the clarifiers, we have the Lovers followed by the Ace of Cups, and then we have the Queen of Cups followed by the Sun, and then the final card is the Empress. Bottom of the deck energy is the Six of Pentacles. Something that is fair, that is balanced. It's an equal give and take. This is a connection that I feel you may meet this person at work, or this is a connection where when you come together, it may be something that has to be built very slowly, right? This may be a King of Pentacles archetype that comes in. Somebody very patient, somebody very humble, somebody very loyal, very dedicated, very nurturing, loving, a provider. Definitely the energy of like a family man, somebody that is very much invested in you and only you, not somebody that's in and out, somebody that plants seeds and they water them to watch them grow. And I feel like that makes sense because the Queen of Swords is somebody where when it comes to romance, you would have to be very patient to deal with her, right? Because her energy is so closed off that it takes a lot of time to break down those walls and get past that barrier, get past that sword, get past that guard. But your spirit guides are wanting you to continue to focus on healing your heart space. Even if you finalized your healing, your guarded energy is still very strong. So when this comes in, there needs to be at least a slight type of energy or a slight type of opening that will allow them to bring this person in to create some sort of foundation. But if you're too closed off, where you're in the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Swords and the Four of Cups, there's no way for this to come in. And this is something that is meant to lead you to abundance and happiness. This is a very happy connection, very transformative, very healing. The intimacy in this connection is going to be very intense and very healing for you and your partner. But I feel especially for you because the Lover's card comes out and then the Ace of Cups comes out and then it leads into the Queen of Cups, meaning that this is a connection that will open up your heart space in a way that it maybe hasn't been for a while. Something where there will be trust and it will be such an irresistible and attractive, magnetic, very sexy attraction that you will find it hard to resist this. But also because I feel like there will be a foundation built before that, with that trust, that foundation, that loyalty, and the passion that is within this kind of draw you have to this person, it's going to act as the perfect combination that's going to put you back in this Queen of Cups, where you are open and receptive to love again, as hard to believe as that is. But mind you, with the Empress here, the Empress embodies the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups. She also embodies the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like with the Lovers coming out and then going into the Empress, this is a connection that is going to help you to grow and evolve. So I don't feel like you will ever abandon this Queen of Swords energy. I feel like you will still be somebody that's very assertive, very much enforcing their boundaries, still somebody that's very private and reserved and guarded and protective over your energy, but very intuitive. But I feel like that intuition is going to be balanced because the Queen of Swords is intuitive and so is the Queen of Cups. But their intuition and the way they express it or approach it is different. The Queen of Swords is intuitive as a way to protect herself. So her intuition is tapped in to seek out danger so that she can set those boundaries and enforce them as soon as that danger comes close or gets near. Whereas the Queen of Cups is intuitive as in a means to know who she should be letting in and who she should be keeping at a distance. So one is intuitive from an energy of keeping things blocked out, and the other one is intuitive in a way of knowing what to let in. So I do feel like there's a beautiful balance coming in for you. And yes, you more than likely have been hurt a lot because you have the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Swords. So there does need to be clarity. There does need to be an energy of, kind of using that sword to maybe free yourself of the impending energies of the past with that Four of Cups here. Kind of clearing out that old energy, anything in the past that kind of has you in that jaded energy of maybe not believing in love or, having given up the possibilities of true love, this energy that you can't trust anything or anyone because maybe friends, family, and romance, coworkers have hurt you so much. Life has thrown you so many curveballs that you can't let that guard down because it's taken so much time to heal and overcome and you don't want to go back there anymore. There's a need to kind of take it easy. Keep your guard up. Keep yourself, again, allow yourself to still set those boundaries and enforce them is what I'm getting here. But your spirit guides want you to also understand that Queen of Cups energy and who you were is still there. And that intuition that you have now, that you have sharpened, that you have wielded, it is something that you can still use, except instead of using it to keep yourself closed off from everything and everyone, use that intuition to open up enough to know who you should let in so that you can have this beautiful love of a lifetime. Because I do feel like this is somebody you will build a 10 of Pentacles with. I do feel this is somebody you will build a legacy or a business with, or this is a person that is very financially well off already. And when you come together, you will be in this Queen of Cups, Empress energy where you will receive a lot. You will be taken care of by this person. This person is seeing you as this Empress energy, this Queen of Cups, meaning that this is somebody that is seeing past that Queen of Swords energy. This is somebody that is going to study you, they're going to watch you, and they're going to be patient as they court you or as they're building the trust with you, because this is going to be somebody that's going to find you extremely, extremely attractive. Very attractive. And this person's a choosy lover as well. And I feel like so are you. This is somebody that could have been used for their finances and what they bring to the table, for example, or taken advantage of as well. And you have as well. And you two coming together is like two energies where you both will heal and transform one another and grow together. But there still needs to be a little bit more of you focusing on your happiness. I feel like you being in this sun energy, this Queen of Cups energy, this Ace of Cups energy, this kind of dreamer, lighthearted, loving energy, this happiness, this playfulness, this joy, this laughter, this excitement, this kind of, ease, comfort, relaxation. I feel like the more you're in that energy and every opportunity that presents it, it's going to allow you to open up more and more. And then this situation can come together because with the Sun card, that's the happiest card in tarot. So this means that this connection comes in, and this is something, this may be a connection where you are the happiest that you have ever been. The Six of Pentacles, something where there's an equal give and take. There's balance here. This is somebody that may, again, be very generous with you financially. This may be somebody where their love language is gift giving and their physical presence with this Pentacles energy. Somebody that is there to nurture and to provide and to show up, to work really hard to prove themselves to you. But if somebody comes in and they're working hard to prove themselves, but that sword is up so high that you don't care to see it, you may sabotage and risk losing out on the love of a lifetime. And I do feel like this is something that is destined for you because the Wheel of Fortune showed up through the clarifying process at one point. I feel like this is something that's fated to come in, but I feel like it is only fated to come in when you are able to let it in to some degree. That doesn't mean let your guard down and just take anybody that comes and assume that's the person. It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying based off of these cards, your spirit guides want you to understand that there is still a possibility for true love, and you need to tap more into that part of you that can remember that. You need to remind yourself that you can be happy. Your happiness, your joy, your bliss, your emotional fulfillment should be your focus right now based on these cards. You transmuting that intuitive energy that you have and balancing out with this Queen of Swords and Queen of Cups energy is important. Because with the Ace of Wands, this is going to be a very passionate, very deep connection. Very deep. It's very irresistible. But even the most patient person can take a hint after a while. And I'll leave it at that. Okay. So I feel like, yeah, your spirit guides just want you to focus more on your own joy, what makes you happy, doing things that kind of get you more into that playful, youthful energy that you once had, put you more in this Page of Cups energy of being a dreamer. I feel like for some of you, you have made your emotional fulfillment your work, right? What you do for career, pouring more of that into, yourself, your spiritual growth. That has been your emotional fulfillment. That has been your warmth. That has been your blanket, right? And now they're wanting you to focus it more on an external level in terms of joy. Is it music? Maybe more music, maybe more dancing, maybe art, maybe writing, maybe exercising, maybe going out and having a dinner at one of your favorite restaurants, going to the movies, being around those that do make you happy, that you can be at ease with, that you can relax with and let your guard down with, and make that more of a consistent pattern. So brick by brick, you fall back more into that receptive energy and you move more into that energy of ease and relaxation. Not so uptight, not so guarded, intuitive, cautious, but also open to true love. So I don't want it to get too repetitive, because I do feel like for this one is very straightforward. So I don't want to go in circles with it. Um, I love the energy that's coming through. I don't know how you feel about it based on the energy you're in right now. You're probably not with it, and there's nothing wrong with that. But like I said, I do feel like you might meet this person at work. I feel like you may come together through, for most of you, I do feel within some sort of financial or professional dynamic, and you get to know each other through that dynamic where it is very platonic and professional. But I do feel like I miss working with this person with the Page of Cups and the Ace of Wands and the Lover's energy, that the desire and passion will grow within each of you. And whether you acknowledge it or not is not going to stop it, because this is very intense and this is very almost kind of, again, it's irresistible. I love that for you. I don't know if you love that for yourself, but I love it for you. So I'm going to leave it there. If it resonated on any level, please feel free to like and subscribe. You can let me know in the comments if you choose. And if interested, you can return to the channel. There are other topics, videos, and readings there as well. But other than that, thank you. Welcome to your reading group 3 regarding what does your spirit guides want you to focus on at this time. So I've already pre-shuffled and pulled 5 cards. We'll look into the cards that came through and then we'll get into the reading because you have an exceptional reading here. So the first card out is the Queen of Wands, followed by the Six of Wands. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, followed by the Three of Pentacles. And then the final card out is the Ace of Swords. Bottom of the deck energy is the Empress. For the clarifying cards, we have the Fool, followed by the Magician. And then we have the Four of Wands. Bottom of the deck energy for the clarifiers is the Page of Swords. So it does not matter if you're male or female, masculine or feminine energy, the messages, they should apply no matter what. So you're either in this energy or you're coming into this energy of this Queen of Wands. Very, very attractive, very sexy, very much in your power. Somebody that is a boss, a leader, very successful, very much celebrated for something that you're doing in career or something that you're wanting to put out or that you've already put out. You have nothing but positive cards out here, and they're all cards of success, new beginnings, and victory, being celebrated, having abundance. With the Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck in the clarifiers and the Fool, then the Magician and Four of Wands, gives me the implication that your spirit guides want you to take action on some sort of idea or something creative that you desire, for those of you that haven't. With the Page of Swords, this is new ideas, things that we already know, that we have learned, that we apply and use it to take action forward. Then you have the Fool card. This is taking a leap of faith, without fears, without doubts, having a new beginning, launching something, starting something, and just trusting and enjoying the process, the journey, not really focused on the outcome. And then with the Magician, this is the creative energy itself that Queen of Wands embodies, the master manifester. The Magician takes the vision that they have for themselves or for a project or whatever it is they're creating, and they take the inspired action to actually create it. And for you, it leads to the Four of Wands, where you either create this community as a result of whatever you're putting out, where you have like a support group, a fan following, or again, you bring in this kind of soul tribe dynamic, but you're being celebrated for what you put out. You're receiving awards and accolades. You have achieved a wealth and abundance, a beautiful home. For some of you, this could even lead to a romantic partner, but it's definitely an energy of you creating something that will lead to you having all of this victory and success, because the Queen of Wands goes into the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is the energy of victory and success. It's a big victory of public recognition. Also, another card of you being celebrated and acknowledged, except with the Six of Wands, it's on a larger scale, right? It's more than just a small community or a partner or a friend group. The Six of Wands is whomever is basically accessing your service or whatever you're putting out. These are the people that are celebrating you. The Queen of Wands is oftentimes very popular. She is somebody who is usually well known, or she has a very prominent position that puts her in the spotlight. And usually it's easy because she's very sexy and magnetic and attractive. And she yields such a strong level of confidence and authority that it automatically brings in attention. But I feel like for you, that's a bonus, because whatever you're putting out, it's going to be acknowledged as the best within whatever industry this is that you're operating in. And then I also feel like what's happening here is as you take a leap of faith, as you put this out, as you achieve this success, it goes into the Ace of Pentacles and Three of Pentacles, meaning that there are other opportunities that come in. There's this Three of Pentacles, collaborations, and then it goes into the Ace of Swords. So whatever this is, your spirit guides are suggesting that it's going to lead to even more, right? It's like something you put out, it takes legs, it grows, you're acknowledged, it puts you front and center, it puts you at the top. And then with the Ace of Pentacles, there's more people that want to come in and invest in you. They want to invest in whatever this is. This could be career, this could be, for me, I feel it's mostly creative, but it could be a career opportunity for some of you that comes in as a result of something that you're very skilled at that has, created the success for you. And then with the Three of Pentacles going into the Ace of Swords, it gives the energy of two heads are better than one, meaning that when you collaborate, this is Ace of Swords of you choosing to be a part of this group. But also with this Three of Pentacles, you create even more ideas. And with the Empress, I do feel like for a group of you, you could be parents, right? And what this is suggesting is that there may be a desire here or a need, according to this energy, where your spirit guides want you to kind of still maintain this Empress energy, this loving, nurturing energy, showing up for those that rely on you, showing up in your own environment, but also kind of paving your own path as this Queen of Wands. Because Queen of Wands is very much self-focused. This is somebody that is not really held back. She's not really too focused on more domestic things. The Queen of Wands is very single and focused on her dreams, her goals, paving her own path, not really tied to anything. Whereas the Empress is usually a spouse and or a mother, or somebody that others rely on. For some of you, whatever you're creating, it could have to do with this Empress energy. This is also the energy of your spirit guides wanting you to nurture these ideas, nurture what this is you're putting out, watching it grow. Again, living in the moment, enjoying the process, because I feel as you're enjoying the process of what you're creating, that joy, that confidence, that power, that excitement over this is kind of fuels, and that energy feeds into whatever this is. And I feel like it opens the door to create this, to send this into something that is very quickly successful. But I feel again for this group, whatever you're doing, you may end up attracting or creating a community, a support group, a soul tribe. This Three of Pentacles could become this soul tribe, right? This whatever you create could lead to this dynamic where you're all celebrated and you become a collective unit as a result. For others of you, like I said, this could be a partnership that leads to romance, because the Empress is here. So maybe you collaborate with this group and then this becomes, a group that you meet your partner in. And then you have this Four of Wands where you both are building and working, side by side in the same career field or the same business or what creative endeavor, and you build this home and you're celebrating and happy together. It's going to be different for each of you, and I do feel like each of you are at a different point in terms of this journey, but I feel like your spirit guides want you to really nurture yourself, nurture and love those around you, nurture and love what you're creating, and really have this energy of patience. The Queen of Wands is very feminine, but this is more of a masculine feminine energy, somebody that is more of a dark feminine energy, whereas the Empress is more of a divine feminine energy. So there needs to be a balance of inspired action, power, authority, assertive energy, confidence, and this energy of being at ease and allowing and being patient and waiting for things to come in, waiting for them to unfold. I feel again for this group, it's going to unfold quickly if it hasn't already, because you have a lot of cards out here, a lot of wands, and you have this swords energy, this very fiery, swift moving energy. But I feel like, again, for some of you, you've already created this and you're getting ready to launch it. Or others of you, there's a need to do so. Your spirit guides want you to do so. But again, I feel like the main message here is to enjoy the process. Because I noticed the Queen of Wands goes straight to the Six of Wands. The Queen of Wands is the person, she starts, she puts it out there, and then it goes straight into the end. Meaning you could be, for some of you, focused on what you're nurturing and focused on the end goal, the Six of Wands, the success of it, the outcome of it. Is it going to be praised? Is it going to be celebrated? Is it going to be well received? And based on these cards, it is. But I feel like a large part of what's going to create that energy of it being so well received is the energy you put into it, right? This Empress energy, this loving, nurturing energy, this energy of taking your time, obviously moving swiftly because that's what's coming through. But as I stated, the adventure of it, every process of it, every building mechanism of it, if you're writing a book, every word, every page, just really focused and tuned in on that page. Not if it's going to be a bestseller, for example. If this is, for example, in a musical album, loving, again, with that Empress energy, nurturing and loving the music you're writing or singing, really putting your heart and your true loving nature into it. I do feel with this Empress energy as well, you are somebody who has, or you are embodying all four queens in tarot. So I feel like you're mastering the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, obviously already the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. And I feel like this is something that is going to propel you into this Empress energy, where you are now a ruler who is now building an empire. Because the Ace of Pentacles comes in as an opportunity that leads to a Nine of Pentacles and essentially a Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles is the empire. So I say again, I feel for some of you, what you're working on may lead you to your future spouse. And this may be somebody where you work together. I am getting that strongly here. It may not apply to all of you, because for others of you, I do feel like this is a group that becomes a soul tribe, a friend group, a very supportive kind of soulmate dynamic for you. And others of you, this is a community, a fan following, very loyal, dedicated supporters, because the Queen of Wands is somebody that is, as I stated, can be famous or well known or very popular and very admired. And this is the energy of somebody where she would be able to build or create or attract a very dedicated, intense, loyal, even sometimes obsessive support following, because of the energy she embodies, her beauty, her confidence, her energy of certainty about herself. And because she's mastered what she is putting out, and also coupling that Queen of Wands with the Empress, the energy you put out is very loving, it's very nurturing, but you still operating this your own identity. And that's why I said, for some of you where you are parents or you have others that rely on you for your supportive nature, I do feel like there's a need to kind of create a lane where you're focusing on your own dreams and goals as well, trying to find that balance, trying to really step into that power of individuality that may be separated from your, kind of domestic duties. And others of you, like I said, you're going to go from this Queen of Wands, successful, pursuing your dreams and goals, happy, joyous, prosperous, coming into alignment with this soul tribe, coming into alignment with this collaborative work dynamic opportunity that comes in for you. And then you're going to become the Empress, where you will end up as somebody's spouse. You could end up becoming a parent if you're not already, and you will eventually rule over the empire. That is what I'm getting. So there's a lot of abundance here in your reading. For this group, I'm going to be honest, you are more than likely meant to be seen. That comes through strongly from my collective. I am honored that so many of you seem to be drawn to my channel, because this consistently comes through. Even in certain personal readings, it can come through very strongly. And especially in more of a recent one where it came through extremely, like there was no doubt, So that's very, very much an honor for me. But I feel, again, with the Six of Wands, this is public recognition. It can be fame. It's tied to the Queen of Wands, who is the queen in tarot, who would be famous. Four of Wands, somebody who is celebrated, on an open level. And then the Empress, this is somebody that is the female that is the top of the hierarchy in tarot. This is somebody that rules over an empire, and again, is often in the spotlight because she is at the top. So again, I feel like whatever this is, it's going to have you as the top of the chain within whatever you're doing, like the top of the hierarchy, the best of the best, somebody that is known specifically for this. Even if there's others that are doing what you're doing, you will be amongst the best, if not the best at what this is that you're creating, that you're putting out. And I feel like it is going to lead to a lot of financial wealth and abundance, but it's definitely going to lead to a lot of attention. I feel it strongly. It's going to lead to a lot of attention. And there's a need for you to stand in your power. There's a need for you to be in this confident, bold energy. There's a need for you to move fearlessly, without fears, without doubts, because the Fool card, Magician energy, they take action without fear, without doubts. The Queen of Wands, no fear, no doubts. The Page of Swords, very confident, stand in their truth, stand in their power, pursue their ideas, and they are very wise, and they constantly learn and apply what they learn to propel them to take inspired action. So there is a lot of a lot of success for this group, a lot. And there's a need to tap in and create. Tap in and create. Balance it. If you are, somebody that is a nurturer, that is, to others, there needs to be a balance. There needs to be time for you to be you, your Queen of Wands, your independent, sexy, attractive, creative, sparkly, bubbly, bold, confident self. And then there's a need for you to be this domestic energy. And I feel like you can find that balance because you seem to be somebody with a lot of energy within you. And if you don't have that now, your spirit guides are coming through to say you're going to get this burst of energy and creative passion soon. And it's going to be so intense that you're going to more than likely quickly move into taking expired action. For those of you that have already completed a project or a business endeavor that you've already started, this is an energy and a message coming through with that Fool card. It's time to take a leap of faith and put it out there. And I feel like you're going to be very, very surprised by the results. Again, with the Fool card, Queen of Wands, it doesn't matter what obstacles may come up on your journey, on your path, right? These energies overcome that. They trust and believe that things will work out, or they find a way around it and over it. Life always has its ups and downs, but you have no negative cards out here. And I don't even like to say negative cards because every card has its own purpose. But there's nothing but positive, abundant, happy, joyous, bright energy. All of your cards are shining bright. Like they're all standing out. There's not really one standing out more than the other to me. It's again why I say for this group, you are probably going to be somebody that is going to eventually have to be kind of standing front and center, or you will be the face of something. Even with this Three of Swords, this Three of Pentacles energy, that's coming out with this Ace of Swords. Even with these ideas that come from this group that you collaborate with going forward after the success of your business, or that comes in that leads more to the success of your business or your creative endeavor, I still feel like you're going to be the star of that show. I still feel like you're going to be kind of the leader, the head of this opportunity that's offered to you to collaborate. You'll still be seen as the person in charge with this Ace of Swords energy, the person that's making decisions, the person that's calling the shots, the person that is the head of it all, that runs the show. And I love that for you. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. And of course, if it resonated on any level, please feel free to like and subscribe. You can let me know in the comments if you choose. And if interested, you may return to the channel. There are other topics, videos, and readings there as well. But other than that, thank you.